Hello, it's me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Yeah, and yes, as you know, it's another Wednesday. And today I was captivated by the reading for our reading set today for the first reading, the letter of St. James. And St. James writes to the people, "Come now, you who say today or tomorrow we shall go into such and such a town, spend a year there doing business and make a profit. You have no idea what your life will be like tomorrow. You are a puff of smoke that appears briefly and then disappears. Instead, you should say, if the Lord wills it, we shall live to do this or that." Apparently, St. James addressing perhaps maybe people who are arrogant, people who are boasting of whatever they were capable of and whatever their genius was in business. But yes, I think it is a good point for us too, as we live this life, being aware that we, like somebody said, will live on borrowed time. Or like somebody else said, we all have an expiration date. And we don't know it, It's not like it's anywhere on us, written somewhere. And maybe that's okay that we don't know. And because we don't know, we also are more prone or maybe more called to live according to what is God's will in our lives, what God asks us to be and live, because we don't know, we don't know when. We know when we were born, but we did not decide on when and who, by who and where. And so death too is that way. Of course, there are those who know that death is impending because of sickness, but all of us are on that same path. All of us are on that same journey. And there is also another aspect as I think about all of this. Sometimes as we make plans and think of the future and think of what we do, and maybe like St. James seems to say, those who are arrogant and boasting, is that imagine you may not have existed, without God willing it. You may not have lived this life. So there is that too. So somehow it's all dependent on the one who created us and gave us life, but also to make it even better for us, the one who redeemed us and assured us of living well in this life and also the life to come. And so as you make summer plans, as we look to the future, let us keep in mind those words of St. James, and maybe that those words, if the Lord wills it, we shall live to do this or that. I think I hear some people of an older vintage use words. I'm not sure exactly what they say, but it's something to the effect that if the rivers don't rise or the creeks don't rise, something to that sake. Those of you who use those words may remember. But I'm also reminded of that song, "Dust in the Wind" by Kansas. All we do crumbles to the ground, but we refuse to cease. That's one of the lines in that song. But yes, those may be things. Let me say that song may be. Some may look at it as pessimistic, but on the other hand, it is the truth. We are here all but for a while, but yet God still calls us to respond in love. In love to this God, but also in love to the people we encounter and live with. And it is important to be aware of that our life is limited. Our life has an expiration date. Whatever we plan may not be. There's no guarantee that I will be here tomorrow. But yet, that we are here tomorrow, we thank God. And that's where perhaps prayer comes in play. Just sanctifying your day, sanctifying your hours, aware of the God who makes it all possible. Praying in the morning, first thing when you get up. Praying if you're able during the day, midday. And it doesn't always take just go running to the church to pray. You can pray perhaps as you commute to work. You can pray as you do some of your work. Actually, some of the monks used to say that to work is to pray. That what a way of contributing to God's beauty in prayer as you work. And also praying at the end of the day. There's that aspect of an examination of conscience and a prayer of contrition before you go to bed, because you never know. You may wake like sometimes I say, you may wake up in the morning and discover that you died during the night. Anyway, the night, you may not complete the night before you meet your Creator. So let's take to heart the words of St. James, not to presume that whatever we plan will come to be, that will be around tomorrow. But let us always rely on the God and pray that the God who created us, the God who redeemed us, the God who gives us life and makes it all possible will accompany us each day of our life, and after this life, grant us eternal joy and peace in God's dwelling. Friends, brothers and sisters, love because you are loved. Amen.